because we noticed that it's in the Syrian context, but also in many other contexts of armed conflicts, the focus is very quickly on armed actors and atrocities and violence. And we wanted to change that a little bit and say, hey, while there is, of course, active violence and it's really terrible what's going on in Syria, but there are also a lot of actors who, through their everyday activities, they contribute to very small islands of stability and peace. Really everyone was, especially also at the beginning of the conflict, everyone was quickly asked to take sides, and whoever didn't, they were kind of under threat of both or of different sides, because they were accused by all of the different sides of being with the other side. What I found was impressive was really, for instance, in Dara, where a respondent was involved in an exchange of detainees between the government and an opposition group, and even the negotiations lasted for weeks and weeks, and sometimes they nearly failed, until he told us that it was really on the brink of kind of a deadlock, and they at one point they really wanted to stop everything, and then elders intervened, and then everything changed, and they could eventually facilitate the deal. And the negotiations ended with the release of 10 detainees from Dara and 3 from Damascus. So there was a concrete success. I was quite impressed by the fact that even if agreements are not kept for a long time, but they are a lot of negotiations and mediation and conflict resolution really ongoing at the local level, and different individuals mediate truces or mediate exchange of detainees between armed groups, be it from different opposition groups or with the government. And that even if they just hold for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, but the people really say, at least this gives the people who live in this small village or in this small region, it gives them a little bit of a breather from violence and the ongoing hostilities. So at least we were in the report, we called it these islands of peace, and islands in a geographical sense, in the sense that it's not, of course, all over Syria, but also in a temporary sense that sometimes they don't last for long, but at least it's a kind of a temporary islands that they create.